Hello, this is Broyar, and welcome back to another episode of our Let's Play for F1 Manager 2022 as we continue our worst to first run here with Williams Racing. And we've had 3 races in a row that Jack Doohan has not finished. Last one was my fault because I got mad about the weather and I just didn't care. I just didn't care. I still don't care, honestly. He should have been first, and if he wasn't first, I don't care what points he got after that. And really frustrating that the Weather Center is basically 0% accurate if it's not 100% accurate. And even 100% accurate, I'm actually not convinced that if we get this thing leveled up all the way, that it will be accurate. I actually am not convinced that that's the case, which is really, really frustrating to have something like that. Why is that even in there? Why do you have a Weather Center in the game if it serves no purpose, right? Really upset right now about that. I do not care that we ran out of gas, or I'm assuming that's what happened. Really don't care at all. I'm still doing this in one sitting. I probably should have gotten up and walked away, but still pretty upset. I thought we had that locked in. I'm like, oh good. Our weather report's way more accurate than it was before. We've got this. I'm going to stop talking about it. Sorry. I'm going to stop talking about it. Are we still doing research? Did I miss something? Yeah, we got 4 researches going. All right. Do we have enough parts for everything? Another chassis, another rear wing, another suspension. To be fair, with enough stuff in this game that is bugged, it's possible that the weather report's just bugged, quite frankly. Which just makes no sense either. I mean, don't get me wrong, weather reports are not accurate in real life, but they're at least probably a little more accurate than that. All right. Important email. Let's see. Chassis manufactured. Okay. Apparently the cost cap is, I was going to say, we voted against it. Ferrari did, Red Bull did. So yeah, a lot of the bigger teams did, although kind of curious about these other guys. Yeah, okay. And it was actually a tiebreaker vote, so go figure. Oh, I had some more stuff coming still, didn't I? I probably have more stuff than I need now. I have exactly how much I need right now. There's research on the chassis, which I think I said I was thinking about researching one of the other things. So the chassis is probably the least, important, right? Let's see, here's my list. Chassis, no, I'm sorry. Chassis is actually pretty important. No, I'm sorry. I had it right. Chassis, suspension, and side parts are the least important. So if I were to research some of these just to kind of get them a little bit, because we've already got 4 researches in there. It's not bad. Maybe we can get a couple researches on side pods or suspension. All of these affect top speed and acceleration. Which one of these is in the worst state right now? Hard to tell. Probably the suspension. Do we want to spend man hours? We do not on this first one. I like how race performance, doesn't care about cooling at all. All right, we'll keep the front wing going, though. That's a pretty big deal for us. 33 days. So I think we'll need to put hours in. All right, it's going to be a better race, guys. I'm convinced. I don't know why, but I'm convinced this is going to be a better race. At least it's not raining with our bad predictions. I'm still going to put Oliver in here for Jack because... No, I'm sorry. That's not what I want. I want Jack there. Jack needs all the help he can get. Alrighty. Next... Singapore. All right, car parts. Engine. If we babysit it and maybe change it part way, we might be able to get at least one practice session out of that. Come on. This is a big gamble here, but I'm trying to stretch these as far as I possibly can. All right, 7.5, 15.5, 8 to 2, 2.75, and 0.9. The real story is that if we can play things out relatively clean for the rest of the season, we're in third place, which is where we want to be, right? Like that's we want to be in third place. We're not expecting to challenge Red Bull and Ferrari yet. So no, I mean, this is a highly successful season, as frustrating as it may be. All right, you went to 8, 15, 7 to 3, 2.8. I mean, you changed everything. And 0.65. And that got you a great, a good, another great, another good, and one optimal. All right, so 8.5, 15, 6 to 4, 285.4. Bunch of greats. So 5.5, 15.5, 9 to 1, 285, 9. it would be a failure of a season if we somehow slip from third. We definitely should get third if we play things out right. If we keep making mistakes like we did this last race, obviously that's not going to happen. But, or if we keep having not finish races. Sorry, Duhan. Again, that was my fault. But I was throwing my clipboard across the room and people didn't hear me. People were too, I was too mad throwing things around the back that they didn't want to bother me to ask if it was okay for him to back off since he was about to run out of fuel. Like, who knows what happened there. It's so funny. Okay. 100% confidence on Duhan. Good job, buddy. I mean, we haven't drained that much, so we might as well let it run. Let it ride. All right, you went to 10, 15, 6 to 4, 2, 8, and 1. Wow, big change there. And that got you a good and a bunch of greats. I mean, I'm gonna let it ride one more practice. I don't care. At this point, let's go. Try to stretch this stuff as far as humanly possible. I mean, we're basically putt-putting our way around the track at this point. He actually made it. Okay, obviously this engine is basically dead at this point, so next time we have an opportunity to use that, we will ignore that engine. Very close to having to build some more parts. Very, very close. That we're just going to damage on the first accident that we have 5 minutes later. I don't know that we change this at all. I think 97% is fine. Yep, I think that's okay. How many people are taking penalties? Still quite a few. I'm surprised at how many people are taking penalties. But, I mean, we are going to build some new parts here very, very soon. And when we do, we should be able to have a pretty big jump on a bunch of people for several races there. Because we'll have, unless they continue to build more, new parts and things like that. So 3 different DRS zones. One across the finish line, one a little bit after, and then one back here on this back stretch. Wow. Massive difference between softs and hards on this one. More than a second. Okay, wow. That might suddenly make some sort of dual pit something or another. Well, actually, we might not need to. $145.51. Okay, nothing faster than 145.51. technically go aggressive over here too. We may or may not do that, but yeah, let's go with that. You got a lot of catching up to do anyway. Try that. Why not? I think it's going to go super well because our engines are, like I said, pretty bad compared to these other guys, but we'll see what happens.
And this is it, the Singapore Grand Prix. It's lights out and away we go. And a new position just gained by Williams.
This looks like a hard race for us to pass on, actually.
It's a race position gained for Mercedes.
A lot of people on softs, though. This is a tough track. Few spots here and there once we get DRS. Just realized my camera's been off this whole time. From the wet laps from wet races last time. In case you can't tell, it's all the same session as the last 3 races, so it's 4 episodes in a row that I've just been sitting here doing. At this point, it's going to have to come down to strategy, I guess.
We've had a crash.
We're just not quite getting what we need to pass these guys. All right, let's harvest a little bit, see if we can get a little bit more. Okay, Just want a little bit more. Something like that. And then we'll start passing. Okay, we're actually going to go ahead and... Did we get past him? We did get past him, okay. Then we need to catch up with this next guy.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
No, we're just not close enough. Yeah, we can't get anything close enough. All right, let's plug back into neutral. Honestly, at this point, it's going to be won or lost in the pits. I don't think there's anything else that's going to happen here. It's just one of those racetracks that's really, really hard. And it's not that it's impossible. It's really hard to pass on. And we're not quite... For some reason, McLaren is just stupid fast right now. Not sure what they did. They're using jet fuel in their cars right now. All right, I think we're just going to settle in. Just let things play out.
And a new position, just gained by Williams.
If Theo can get into points, we'll call that pretty successful. Just get a couple guys in points. Just stay the course through the rest of the season. Hopefully get our third place and then do better next year even.
Looks like that was a position gained for Alfa Romeo. A position gained for Alfa Romeo.
Not a lot going on though. Oh, there's a safety car. Who is it? I wonder who went out. Who would have gotten crashed in this game, in this race? I don't know. I mean, if I had $1 million, I probably wouldn't bet against doing that. I mean, that guy's too good. I have no explanation for that at all. Oh, I should have pit you, shouldn't I?
Sounds like there's been a crash.
Oh, I meant to click that. Dang it. Ah, I was so distracted over here. Back up. I want to see it. We knew what happened. Like, it's not like we didn't know what happened. Doohan. Man, I guess Doohan's going to be gone because there's just no way we can keep a guy who's going to crash 3 out of 4 races. Sometimes 3 times in the same race. All right, we can't push these hards at all. They're going to have to last us the entire rest of the race. All right, whatever. Let's settle in and just enjoy our last place finish. And I wish I'd clicked on the Doohan thingy. See why he crashed specifically. We are having a bad run of episodes here. Although, didn't we get first place a couple episodes ago? I think we had at least that, right? Or second or something like that, first or second. No, I think it was second with fastest lap, right? So we got some extra points on that one. So we did have at least a good race. But again, it was a Doohan crash in that race as well. I mean, Doohan crashing is not strategy because we weren't pushing. Tires were fine. Still had plenty of tread on them. It was not because of the engine that we haven't replaced, or the transmission that we haven't replaced, or the ERS we haven't replaced. His crash has nothing to do with any of that stuff. As far as, I mean, I don't think an engine's going to crash you. His crash is just him crashing. Like, I think Oliver has to be our driver for the future, potentially. It's mind-boggling. I've actually seen YouTube videos that people are talking about how Doohan is one of the best young racers that you can get in this game. I mean, have you guys played with Doohan? Has he crashed this much for you guys as well? Like, what? Nothing about his stats tells me he's crash prone. That might not be true. Is he aggressive? If he's got high aggression, maybe that's part of it compared to Theo. We'll check that out here in a minute. I'm not convinced that we're going to be in third place at the end of the season. How many of these guys would we expect to have to pit? Quite a few, actually. Oh, of course, Theo spins and it doesn't matter.
We've just had a crash on the track.
So hard to pass on this track though, so I don't know that this is going to make a difference. Swapping it for those softer tires. Especially since we didn't catch up with the pack anyway.
And a new position, just gained by Williams. Looks like a good move for Williams.
Can we get into points? Unlikely based on what I'm seeing.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
Come on, come on. Go, 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 go. Come on, go, 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 go. Come on, go, 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 go.
And a new position just gained by
Getting
Williams.
stuck behind these guys. Come on, go, 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 go. We're not getting anything with these guys this wide. Come on, go, 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 go. Ah. Wow. We got back into 5th place.
Russell wins it. First over the line.
Okay, then. What a crazy run of races, guys. I have no idea. And fastest lap. So we did get, you know, a reasonable chunk of points there. I mean, and don't get me wrong, we are very quickly losing ground to Mercedes. I think we've locked in at least 4th or higher, which is still a humongous success. Based on how the early part of the season went, though, I mean, I think we all would agree. I think we deserve 3rd if we can get our act together. We're doing something wrong. Like, something's off, and maybe it's that those engine parts and things like that. How many races do we actually have left? Five races. I know we got a little bit extra time, so I'm going to check something out real quick. Can we? We are faster than the grid average. We're better than the grid average on just about everything, which makes sense, right? What if we said McLaren? Better car than McLaren. What about, obviously, Red Bull we would expect to be slower, which we are. What about Ferrari? We're actually a better car than Ferrari, so that might just come down to drivers at that point. What am I looking for? I'm looking for... That's what I'm looking for, right? So, the power loss threshold is 85%. So we would lose power once we get to 85%, right? Is that what is that what that means? I'm assuming that's what that means. If we were to buy a brand new part now, would we lose enough power over the next 5 races, right? 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Yeah, 5 races. Make sure I'm doing that math right. Like how much do we lose per race? Probably 3% per race, 3 to 5% per race. It might be a good time to build. Just go ahead and do it. Just get it done, right? Where did I just see that? Warehouse. Okay, what about ERS? Why did it pop up with 60% for a second there? Like, what was that? Not sure if I'm understanding what that's telling me. What about gearbox? Is that just where the durability starts dropping? Is that what we're reading from that? Maybe? I think that's what that's telling me. All right, you know what? We're going to go for it. We're going to buy new engines for both cars. We're going to take the loss. And we're going to see how much of a loss it is. Maybe, even if it's just a loss for one race, maybe it's okay. Now, we are below that 60 or whatever it was. So it's 35% here. So that tells me that the ERS should still be okay. If I'm reading that correctly. But more than likely, we're going to need another one anyway. Let's go for it. Let's just buy new ones all the way around. Might be a huge mistake, but I don't know. I kind of want to see what happens here. So if the 60% is accurate, if that's what that's telling me, then we definitely need another gearbox as well. Oh, and I should be buying it for a car too as well. So that's $6 million we're spending right now just to try and see what happens. All right, we've done it. Of course, Duhan's just going to crash his and destroy his in the first race, but that's okay. We've done it. $6 million just down the drain. We'll see what happens with all of that mess. How about we doing on other car parts? Looks like we need another front wing and another chassis. Because of course we do. Thank you, Duhan. You're just keeping our guys busy. I know you. You're just trying to make sure our engineers stay employed. All right. Well, we're gonna go ahead and put a cut in there. When we come back, how much of a drop do we get from all those new parts? How much of a boost do we get from all those new parts? Can Duhan complete an entire race? Come back next time. Same crash channel. Same crash time. But anyway, I do appreciate you guys watching. May God bless you, and I hope you join me again next time. Thank you, and goodbye. I wanted to give a special shout out to the following channel members. Thank you so much for supporting the channel.